Good, whatever it is. I'm Antalis, and welcome back to Stellaris. So, I was looking through this after recording the last episode, and I decided on a couple things. So, first of all, Pel 3, it was going to become Pel Prime, a colonized planet, but that's our Rubicator site. So, I don't think it makes a difference from a gameplay perspective. Honestly, I don't know. I've been kind of trying to avoid looking up too much of this stuff, as I'm worried about finding the spoilers. So we're not going to colonize that yet. I'm not actually going to colonize anywhere. I looked through the possible candidates, and I'd like to terraform Delcor 2. And there is an ocean world over here, Mescaban 3, that would be decent. Mescaban 2 is a tundra world, so it's not particularly great for humans. I also realized we are terraforming Alcester B3A, and that will be done in a little over almost 2 years, I guess. So we're just gonna hold off for that. I also looked at our fleets here. We do have a bit of capacity, so I queued up a cruiser. Oh, now I queued up the cruiser. I hadn't paused it, so we didn't lose any progress anyways. I was going through some of our ship designs, and I like looking at these ships. So this is a cruiser versus this is a destroyer. So cruisers are bigger, have large-sized guns, 2 of them, versus 1 medium-sized gun and a couple, or 4 small guns. So I'm thinking a cruiser will be a good upgrade. We can only get 1 of them before we go over our fleet capacity. So again, that's something we need to work on, but I'm not feeling particularly worried about it, given this fleet can now take on the fleet next to it, and the starbase will become, see if I can pull it up, a star fortress in another 3 years almost. So I think we'll be able to hold off here, and then this next over system, that one is getting its defensive platforms. I do think it will be a fairly decent place. Oh, we have crew quarters, not an anchorage. Okay, anchorage is what gives us the fleet, the naval capacity, so we're good on there. So we have a few star bases upgraded. I'm gonna go ahead and unpause this and just get it going. New branch office, yep. And I mean, I'm tempted to send the fleet over here and just deal with these with the mining corp, because they are causing issues with us. Oh, founding the galactic market. We did need to work on that. We're hoping to do Sirius, and we're not too far away. Oh. Okay, what you got? So, further studies of the lost civilization of Tirsona 4 have given rise to more questions than answers. The study's structures are thousands of years old and seem to have been constructed at roughly the same time, perhaps as brief as a single century. Similarly, any additions or renovations to these urban structures seem to be done at planet-wide at sudden, widely separated intervals. The oddly punctuated development of the society seems to show no more appreciable change in population size. Okay. So they didn't really change much. Ooh, that's not great. Okay. Well, I think we're okay. The site has been fully excavated. Okay. And we'll speed it up a little bit more too. Just because we mainly need time to pass, so we are working on some important technologies.
Construction completed.
So shields and swarmer missiles. Let's see, we got the Soul Starbase has done a thing. Clara Silverman is now level 5. Good job. We now have 3 level 5 scientists. Soul Station. Do we want to upgrade you? I do, but I feel like we're kind of short on alloys to do that. Oh.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
So Empire's Ball from Pops is decreased starbase capacity. Military Academy would actually be really good. Fleet command limit. This is naval capacity. Alien Zoo would be kind of cool. But honestly, we just need... Oh. Soldiers increase naval capacity and spawn defensive armies. Job-based production +3. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Because I'm not particularly worried about anything else. And 35 months. Okay, we now have a level 6. Good job. Okay. Oh, okay, we're gonna pause because we need to play someone while one of our envoys died. I don't think we have to manually replace them, actually. But anyways, at the very center of the city, overlooking the main square, is a grand, ostensibly decorated palace with a garish neon sign advertising the Empress Motel. Inside it are lavish chambers filled to the brim with treasures, from which the Empress and her board of trusted advisors governed. It is also where the hoarders held their last stand, defending their Empress and her precious Rubicator. With any luck, the Rubicator can still be found in its usual spot by the Empress's lilac ribbon. Okay. Ooh. Okay, not great, but yeah, so we still have 2 envoys, so I think we're okay. We're just gonna clear that out. And then there was a project for these guys, the mining core.
Construction completed.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Drone study, it's an engineering research. That is where we are doing our swarmer missiles, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're gonna hold off again. Okay, Delcor Starbase has finished its construction queue. Oh yeah, we were just building a starbase there because I felt like that was a good idea. And how much would it cost? Gun batteries, missile batteries, and then we'll upgrade you. I do feel like that's well worth it. Oh, so we finished this one. It may go down as the biggest botch in scientific history. Oh, my scientists apparently are not very good at this. Deep core samples indicate the center of the crashed moon was composed of highly pure metal ores. Converting these in defiance of all logic and sane engineering principles, the population of that planet constructed an electromagnet of gargantuan proportions. It seems their intent was to pull the moon into a closer orbit in order to mine its riches more easily. Sure enough, the magnet was activated and hauled the moon towards the surface, but too hard and too fast. The inhabitants frantically tried to reverse the electromagnetic beam, but succeeded only in slowing the metallic orb's descent, not stopping it. The moon crashed into the planet with enough force to wipe out the entire hemisphere. In the aftermath, the dust and debris from the cloud from the impact blotted out the sun for decades, which eradicated all life on the rest of the world. What did they expect? That's actually kind of funny. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sure they don't appreciate that I thought their death was hilarious, but I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. Go ahead and do that research project. We're trying to clear out all of these projects here. And Delcor, yep, we already read that one. Delcor is getting a proper defensive station. Although, it doesn't actually need to be a defensive station. Because if we got attacked, it wouldn't be through Delcor. Because you'd go in here and then move through our empire. So, like, really, if I'm gonna hold a planet, it should be this one or this one. But I like having star bases in inhabited systems. Chloe Fowler has been elected. Race production has improved. Awesome. And we will keep going on all that. First fleet is now 1700 power. Our terraforming is complete. Yes. Okay. We're going to hold off now. And we are going to colonize this with humans. And we will send that ship as soon as it's done. Scientists leveled up. Busy leading society research. Oh, cool. This is our first terraformed world.
The special project has concluded.
Okay. Golothanas are large flat herbivores that have evolved internal gas pockets, enabling them to hover a few centimeters above the ground. They move about in herds consisting of a few dozen animals, grazing on the moss and lichen that can be found in the widespread plains of Musqueam 2. They are ruthlessly hunted by the planet's apex predators, and our biologists estimate that only a few hundred herds remain. One of these, consisting of 9 animals, has been successfully collected and will be brought back to Earth. Awesome. I think that was part of our Xeno Zoo project. Let's see if we can find that, because alien species procurement. Yes, go ahead and track all of these. And the Rubicator, we don't need to track this one. So any system with that. Oh, some of these are outside of our space. They're outside of where we could go. Did I track the wrong thing? Okay, click. Right click. Excavate site. Oh, so they're excavations, or... The Rubicator, stop tracking that. Alien species, we're tracking all of these. We don't need to track the completed one. I guess we go to excavate site, because that's all it seems to do. I don't know, that seems really weird. Like, we need to get here, too, to complete this chain, which is kind of frustrating that we can't. And it just means that we have to topple an empire.
Construction completed.
Oh. Leverage privateering. Do we want to support this one? Naval capacity minus 10%. I don't really want to support this one. I mean, that's not huge. It would, I guess we can support it, because bigger weight from economy, less weight from military. I mean, I think our economy is pretty big, but it's part of founding the galactic market, it looks like, so I think we need to support it. Which is unfortunate, but only minus 2-ish to our naval capacity shouldn't be that big of a deal. Delcor Starbase is finished. Okay, several merchant ships passing in the vicinity of Anacastor B1A have independently reported anonymous readings coming from the direction of the moon. Oh. Well, where's this? We are headed out. Oh. Okay. You... I mean, we need to do both of these. We'll do the research project first. We are going to colonize there, so that makes me want to do it more, too, just in case it's going to be something bad, like the moon is going to explode or something. This... yeah. I don't think we're going to beat that colony ship there. Oh. Okay. A recent breakthrough has shown some light on the vanished city builders of Terrasonia 4. Apparently the fungal species had a collective cycle of mass death and rebirth. They hatch in mass almost simultaneously across the whole planet, grow up as part of a linked hive mind collective. In the course of their 100-years-long life cycle, they spread out and reclaim cities built and abandoned by previous died-off generations. When nearing the next death/rebirth event, they heed some species-wide biological clarion call. Through asexual reproduction, they gave birth to a pod that is buried in the ground. Then the parent dies, the body decays, fertilizing the ground. After a while, the pod hatches, and the cycle begins anew. Okay. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, you're not going to get there in time before our colony ship gets there, which is probably okay. I do kind of wonder if we should move the first fleet
concluded.
In case it's something. All swarmer missiles are done. Droid workers, starbase building cost and module cost reduced. It's a rare technology, so I almost want to do that just because it's rare. So we're going to do this, and we're going to immediately pause the research to do drone study. Because we need to figure out what's going on with them. And maybe it just gives us like a tactical advantage against them.
Research concluded.
Nope. That was another one. Shields, yes. Advanced shields. Also, really want those. Disruptors would be kind of cool. We're going to do advanced shields. 70 months though, it is going to be a while. And we're going to upgrade all of our ships with shields because that would be awesome. $1.6K. Did it drop in fleet power?
Ship upgrades applied.
Yeah, I think it did. I'm pretty sure it was like 1.7 before then. And you did get some medium shields. Shield 0. Shield nullification 100%. Interesting. I mean, we did build an upgrade to this.
Evasive maneuvers.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, a snarling, hissing fiend has appeared out of the void. Once wife of her dragon challenge, she snatched the archaeology shuttle, carrying the excavation team and the Rubicator back to the UNS Columbus, bending it open and prying the Rubicator from within. It seems we finally had the displeasure of meeting the hoarding rat's assailant. The dragon must have been attracted by their countless treasures and made her nest within the royal palace, feasting upon their bodies. Perhaps she was on the prowl or observed from afar as we excavated the ruins, waiting for the right moment to strike. She appears to be growling something in our general direction. Let's see if we can figure out what she's saying. The rats went squeak, squeak, squeak. Then their bones went crunch, crunch, crunch. Now it's your turn to tickle the inside of Shard's belly. Yes, you have been naughty little ones. The Rubicator belongs to the Shard. Okay. But the Shard has never eaten any of your kind before. Shard wants to know what it is like to gnaw upon your stomachs. Are they tender? Come here, don't be shy. Let good old Shard have a look. The dragon squints and exposes her fangs, sizing up the crew, then recoils in disgust. Why, you look like a stomach ache and a half, no thank you. But if you ever have the audacity to return, Shard will pick her teeth with your bones. Yes, she will. Now leave before I get hungry. Okay. Okay, the UNS Columbus just emergency jumped out of there. The archaeologists were preparing to leave when they happened upon a large hidden chamber cluttered with artifacts, gnawed bones, and a substantial amount of fresh slobber. There, under a used royal nose swab, on a four-legged table with carvings of a face they confirmed was indeed funny, sat the Rubicator, maker of thingamajigs. Right where it was supposed to be, a tiny, insignificant-looking cube, spewing out a continuous stream of artifacts. The Rubicator is a replicator, an ingenious alien invention that can make endless copies of just about any artifact, and soon it is ours. The planet-side team will begin the journey back to the safety of the ship. Thankfully, we will never know what attacked these hoarders. Yeah, we just found out. We just found out. And that's the end of that archaeological dig. Shard... Wow. That fleet power is death. Okay. I don't think we can take this for now. It makes me glad I didn't colonize that planet yet, because that might have just killed everyone there, and that would be slightly bad. Our colony ship is arriving. Our science ship is still on the way. Maybe we should delay these guys. Or we could reroute them. Do we have anywhere to send them to right now? Because Delcor 2 is not very colonizable by humans. And it'll be 10 years before we could terraform it. And Mescaban, actually Mescaban 3 was... It's an ocean world. It's 70% colonizable by humans. Terraforming it into a continental world. That's what, 5 years? Yeah, it's about 5 years. And it's relatively cheap to make it better situated for humans. Like, it would go from 70 to 80, so maybe that's not huge. Where is... How close are you? Entering orbit. Oh, you are here. You are colonizing. I know it's not actually too late, but I feel like from a realism perspective, it's too late. We're gonna let this happen.
Research concluded.
Research complete. Military Academy, done. Naval capacity plus 30. It's not actually what we need. Administrative capacity, alien zoo, MC complex would be nice. Plus 1 envoy. Entertainers turn consumer goods into community and amenities. We're gonna do the embassy complex because not everyone has the goal of destroying us. Yeah, and that's the one we already completed, or we already looked at. Okay. A thunderous rumble erupts from the dragon's belly. Suddenly, her wings are wrapped around the ship. Her steamy breath fogged up the windshield's eyes. She peeks inside, a maniacal glint in her eyes. How did she get so close so fast? And she's smiling. Why, you whet my appetite, little one. She purrs softly, then lunges with all her might. Fangs exposed. The battle stations?
Our station is under assault.
Oh. So she's gonna take out our station here, which honestly isn't a huge deal. I don't know if our fleet could take her, is the problem. And this is the fleet, like all of it. We're gonna move the first fleet closer, because that seems like the more imminent threat as well too. Navi, 4.8k. Oh, and it is a citadel now as well too. You can go ahead and you can have
the special project has concluded.
Platform. Okay, the drones, their tireless, endless work of extracting ever-diminishing resources from their local planetoids make for a somewhat dull but nevertheless informative subject of study. In fact, the mining network on Earth could stand to learn a thing or two about maximizing mineral extraction rates while conserving energy. Additionally, we found that the drones are not completely silent. They emit small pings, though extremely infrequent, and at a wavelength that is hard to isolate from background noise. If there is anyone left to receive these pings, it may be a mystery for another time. Easier output or better damage to them? I think we're going to do better output because these won't be around forever. You can get another defensive platform. Yeah, that starbase is becoming quite the force. And technology. Yeah, we're not close to getting any new technology anytime soon. Oh. You are here. Okay. Following a long period of growing support for Xeno, Compassion Trust, the Orbis Consumer Synergies has finally embraced the faction. We've become more xenophilic. Okay. You go research the anomalies there. Our first fleet is getting close. Oh. Event pending and site finished. Okay, so a speculative psychological and societal investigation of the fungoid species culture gave a disconcerting answer to the mystery on their disappearance. At some point, the species as a whole started to question their perpetual and seemingly pointless life cycle. A seed of existential nihilism grew on the entire population, culminating in a final act of defiance against their own survival instinct. Once planted, perhaps even by a single being, the kernel of doubt spread within the terrifying speed at the Hive 9 until they decided in unison the last crop of birth pods should not be planted, they should be burned. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know what else to call it. You get over here. First fleet is getting closer. I almost feel like I need to build a starbase on Rigel. Now, I mean, we have 2 more starbases we could build. Here, we are going to officially make you a starbase. Oh, you could get defensive platforms without a starbase. Build all 3 there just so we have something. Rigel. Okay. The center of galactic commerce. Oh. I was too slow. Someone else got it, not me. And yeah, they all have enough population, like well over enough population that they could be.
The special project has concluded.
Okay, a thorough investigation of Ancaster B1A has unearthed evidence of a past Voltarian presence. An away team from the UNS Leif Erikson has managed to bring a relatively well-preserved artifact back to the ship, which should hopefully increase our knowledge of this ancient civilization. Okay, cool. And then you go ahead and research the anomaly there. Yeah, I don't think you need a starbase. You're defended by quite a few. Ooh, tradition available. We were doing supremacy, so ship build speed and cost, or upkeep and capacity. Yes, that's what we want right now. Fire rate and orbital bombardment damage. Yeah, so we're gonna do naval capacity. That's, yes. 33 naval capacity now. That's awesome. I guess I don't know if this Grand Dragon is capable of FTL flight. I just kind of assume he is. So, we haven't found a way to deal with those mining corp things without destroying them. What are we doing in our society research? Okay, a small Voltarium satellite was found in orbit of Sirius 3A. It had been set up to continuously repeat a message until its power source drained millions of years ago. We salvaged its transmitter array, but could not recover but it could only recover a small portion of the transmission. The main purpose of the satellite was apparently to preach the dominant Voltarium philosophy to neighboring civilizations. Its message speaks that we need to disconnect and embrace our true existence, whatever that means. Okay. Go ahead and do that research project too. Our resolution has passed. Council election imminent. Okay, so we will likely be added to that council. We can encourage our citizens to grow their own food. That makes our economy worth less. Clear blocker time is increased. Planetary build speed is slower, but we get consumer goods upkeep lower, amenities usage lower, habitability plus 5%, food from jobs plus 5%. It's kind of one that I don't really feel either way, honestly. So, firstly, we are actually we're gonna send you back here. You guys are gonna be traveling around a ton.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
What do we get? Okay, Embassy Complex and Fleet Academy. That's really what we want. Because that gives us I think that would give us more naval capacity, which we can afford another ship in our naval capacity, so we'll build another cruiser, a St. Helens class. And actually, we're going to send you all the way in. Ancaster 2 was home to some small Voltarium outposts where they trade with several neighboring civilizations. At some point, the trade post appears to have been converted into a religious mission where the Voltarium attempted to convert visiting alien Marxians to their philosophy. Trade ceased shortly afterwards. The planet was eventually abandoned. Okay. Yeah, this is a 245 power fleet, so we should be able to take that. Defenses, you have 2 orbital platforms.
Ship upgrades applied.
4.9k.
The special project has concluded.
Okay. After careful analysis of Voltarium transmitter array, our archaeologists and data engineers have concluded that the machinery does not contain any technologies of value to us. The project has greatly improved our understanding of the primary Voltarium program language, however, this will hopefully make it easier to decipher the data in the future. Okay. Okay. The members of the galactic community have voted to establish a galactic council. Members in this, body will be limited to representatives from the 3 most powerful and influential empires in the community until a new council is elected. These are the Orbis Consumer Synergies, the United Nations of Earth, and the Genlot Empire. Members of the council are expected to lead and safeguard the galactic community. Their increased power allows them to cut through some red tape that so often inhibits the decision-making process in large political institutions. The Genlot Empire. Okay, I think we're on good terms with all of those. We are the smallest of the 3, but I think that's okay. Go ahead and build.
Ship upgrades
Hostile fleets
applied.
present. Oh, that's actually why we're
Engaging
here.
hostile forces.
Okay, and then I don't think any of these other. Oh. We could potentially take on this one, but it's hard to say.
A new world has been colonized.
Okay. You move. Why can't you? There are hostile fleets present in the system. There are not. Oh. So they just force passed one of those through.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
And what else did we get? Starbase build cost is decreased. L-Gate Insight. Oh. Unlock station habitat. That actually seems really useful to me, and L-Gate Insight would be nice, but... Or advanced railguns. Oh, so many of these would be nice. We're going to do the habitat. Because I think spreading our population out more would be helpful. There are no hostile fleets here, though. Oh, yes there is. Go attack the station.
Engaging hostile station.
Okay. And then construction ship. Build your starbase. And science ships. Several of these are not doing anything. You go ahead and do the research projects here. Leave Erickson. You go ahead and do that research project. And we are, again, over time. I'm enjoying playing this a lot, so I kind of want to see where things go. They're not going in the direction I expected them to go, in all honesty, because I expected us to be at war a while ago. So, yeah, it's kind of fun to see where things go and what things happen. We do have a new cruiser we could send to join our first fleet and put us over 2k power in that one fleet, which might be a really good idea if we're going to fight here. But we'll have to figure that out later. Anyways, I'm Talos. I'll catch you later.